first 6 minutes didn't record. Anyway, let's go back and start from the top because I didn't record all of that. But what we was talking about, basically, I just reiterate: Trump, the impeachment, the issues that he's been having since November. And the point I just made that didn't get recorded was your Supreme Court that you handpicked, your Supreme Court that you handpicked, your vice president, your boy who you ride with are all like, I can't roll with you no more. So all of them are cowards. All of them are traitors. Those, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know, man. You know what? I'm going to say one more thing, and then I'm going to get off of this Trump shit. The Senate has to bring criminal charges. They have to bring actual charges that are going to have long-reaching ramifications for the man, like as in you can't run again in 2024. You ain't going to have no Secret Service protecting your ass, and you ain't getting no pension for the rest of your life. That is some serious shit. That is some real shit. Okay? Some shit that the right side need to wake up and smell the coffee on. I mean, let's start dealing realism. That's all I gotta say. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna move on to something else. Okay. You keeping up with football, Fred?
Every now and then, not really.
You know what's going on in football right now?
No.
Okay, so I could bring my homie up to speed. I don't know if you knew, but these guys right here, these guys right here, yeah. Apparently, rumor has it they're the team to beat.
Oh yeah.
Because everybody's mad because last year when they were playing, they were stomping everybody out, running up the score. Now they playing everybody and they winning by like one score, or But the same thing I say is the same thing I say. The only stat that matters is the W. Boom, final score. I don't care if we won it. I don't care if we won it 40-10 or 40-39. Guess what? That's still a dub. Okay? And this is only our third Super Bowl franchise-wise. This will only be our third Super Bowl. We 2-1 in Super Bowls. This will be our fourth if we get in. Why all the hate? Why everybody salty? Because it ain't your squad. I think I'm on to something, man. The hate's real, family. The hate's real. Yo, if y'all want to call in and give me a holler and say, do you like the format? You hate the format? It sucks ass. It's dope. 646-668-2268. And if you want to get in this Zoom, if you want to be on air with your man, D-Real, and the homie, Fred, the meeting ID is 844-9325-9307. And the passcode is 773542. That was a lot of numbers. I'm going to say it one more again. Meeting ID for Zoom, if you do Zoom, if you want to be on, is 844-9325-9307. And the passcode is 773542. And I'll run that number down one more again. If you want to call in, is 646-668-2268. Now, I'm about to get into some other fun stuff. I was telling my man here the other day, last night, I was watching this movie, and it's called One Night in Miami. And basically it tells this biographical story about Cassius Clay, Malcolm X, Jim Brown, and Sam Cooke all hanging out, kicking it together in a hotel room and having them homie type conversations. I might get mad at you, you might get mad at me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That type of just like you and your boys. It's a good ass movie. If you only watch one movie this weekend, watch One Night in Miami. Because the actors in that movie, they did the damn thing. The guy played Sam Cooke, Leslie Odom Jr. He was on his shit, and I had no idea. Did you know all them cats kicked it?
Learned it from my movie buff. I learned it from you.
And I learned it from the movie.
I
had later on I had to go, peep out, oh, for real? Yeah, they was boys. They was homies. I knew Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X was cool, but I didn't know, Jim Brown? Jim Brown? That's crazy. Can you see Jim Brown in a room holding Cassius Clay back from beating Malcolm X ass? Just that visual. You know what I'm saying? That it's like I said, it's a good movie. One Night in Miami. It's a good movie. I mean, it's drama, it's comedy, it's got a little bit of everything in it. And that's my movie recommendation. Also, yesterday, January 15th.
15-piece chicken.
Damn, that's a lot of bird. January 15th marks the anniversary of the birth of one of the most prolific human beings ever to walk the face of the earth. I'm, of course, talking about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. His birthday was January 15th. He was born January 15th, 1929, Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, boy.
Died April 4th, 1968. I ain't gonna say how. You know what? I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. That's messed up. Why do they always kill black men they think can lead black people?
I can answer that in a simple question. Knowledge is power. Right. Too much power, too much knowledge.
Right.
Somebody got to go.
Right. And also, like I said, when I was watching that movie last night, Jim Brown, it was Jim Brown of all people that told Malcolm X, it's not people power that's going to lift us up above white folks. It's economic power that's going to lift us above them. Because the bottom line, when you want to hurt white folks, hit them in their pocket. When they get hit in their pocket, they cry bloody murder.
Once again, you have to learn how to use your economics to benefit the majority of a community. If you don't, it goes back to the knowledge. You're going to get money and know what to do with it. Ain't nobody going to give it to you no more. And if you're talking right, and you're talking senseless, you're going to have options that you didn't have.
Right. Now, another thing I thought about too, and this is one that I want you to think about first before you respond. Now, in terms of economic power, what do you think would happen if some folks like Jay-Z, Ice Cube, Oprah Winfrey, Beyonce, I mean, you see what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So if what would happen if instead of using their money for them, they use their money to create economic opportunities for their people?
It would change the game.
Yeah.
Immediately, it would change the game. There, their voice alone, people will stand behind what they believe in. I think.
Well, I ain't so much worried or concerned about what they're saying as I am
What they do.
they putting their money where they putting their money. You put your money where your mouth is.
Well, those people you name, if they're gonna put money, they also go with their money to make sure the money is going to the proper places.
Right.
Those are the differences.
Right, because I tell you right now, I'm still trying to see the results of the GoFundMe page Dr. Umar Johnson had. And he was supposed to be using them funds for something to benefit the us's, the me and yous.
Right.
And I didn't hear nothing about no project like that. So I ain't accused of nobody or nothing, but inquiring minds want to know.
Most people with big money, if they're gonna make sure their money is going in the correct areas, not only talking about it, they're gonna go see. If I hand you some money, D, to get me a pizza, and next thing you know, I'm waiting 5 hours and my pizza ain't here. D, what happened? Well, what happened was.
Yeah, you already know. You lead off with that one. You lead off with that one. You already know. Oh, some fuck shit went on. I don't know what the nature of it was, but he said what had happened, so I knew some fuck shit went on. Yeah, exactly. What I want to bring your attention to right now is 2021. Okay. We are 16 days in 2021.
Damn. It's moving already, D.
It'll be gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But in terms of January 16th, New Year's still baby New Year. Okay.
Already.
So it's still a lot to learn. But we gotta be hopeful. And what I'm hopeful for, well, there's a couple things that I'm hopeful for. But what I'm hopeful for more than anything else is that people decide to actually become the United States of America. Because in the past 4 years, I ain't pointing no fingers at no particular individuals, but there have been sources that have emboldened factions like the KKK and the Aryan Nation and these little neo-Nazi groups and in the past 4 years you've seen them more emboldened and they stepping out and they speaking out more and they they're telling people, oh, we this, we that. How does letting people know that you hate specific groups of people in this country help to unite us?
That's a good question.
I can give you a good answer too.
Let me hear it.
It don't. It doesn't. Why do we proceed to say things like make America great again and America first? Which, by the way, make America great again and America first are both Ku Klux Klan and Nazi slogans. Why would you adopt Ku Klux Klan and Nazi slogans?
Oh, not me. I wouldn't do that.
Well, I know you would, though. But
just saying.
But what you say? People say, and I hear this rhetoric, this talk all the time about mugs being patriots. I'm a patriot. back in the 1700s, when Revolutionary War was going on, do you think the British Empire called the colonists patriots?
Probably not.
Nah, they probably use words like seditionists, traitors, terrorists, because they were trying to change the way society was. They wanted society to be different. Eventually, it took war to make them change the society norm, or when they had to change the society norm. However, what went on the 6th, I don't think those people were trying to make a societal change. I think it was just, and I've said this before, I think it was just grabastic and unorganized. Because if you storm in the Capitol,
how can you do that?
Well, that's an interesting question, Fred. The only people in place to stop thousands of people from storming the Capitol was the Capitol Police. No National Guard, no military presence. But during the Black Lives Matter protest,
well, that's what I'm saying, dude.
There was a military presence. Why was there no military presence on January 6th?
Well, if they knew that they were coming, this is why I'm confused. This is where I'm confused personally. If they knew they were coming, and you just said the Capitol Police, they didn't know 10 minutes before they got there. They probably knew a couple days before they got there. So to me, if you know something's coming, better to be ready than not be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's what I thought.
Generally, that's what. Yeah, but that's us.
But we did peaceful, and they knew we was coming, and they was already ready and extra ready, and just no, we're not taking lunch break.
See, my conspiracy senses are kicking in, and I don't want to scream conspiracy at the top of my lungs, but I mean, seriously.
Can we say it is what it is? And an apple, if it look like an apple, if it tastes like apple, is it an apple or is it an orange?
Well, that brings me to the crux of what I've been trying to say. When we talk about real spitting and real and truth, man, I was on social media the other day, and some folks told me, because I always say to people, perspective is everything. Okay. I don't say truth is everything. I say perspective is everything. And the reason I say perspective is everything is because everybody has a different opinion about
truth. I agree.
Now, here's why perspective is everything. If I say I love my country, and a redneck over there says I love my country, and a Pakistani American says I love my country, do you think all three of them individuals love their country for the same reason?
No, they don't.
Okay.
They don't.
So that's what I mean about truth. It's true. They all love America, but they don't all love America for the same reasons.
I got a good question there.
Okay.
This is a question to you from what you just said.
All right.
Do we have all three of those nationalities in our military in the U.S.?
Yes.
Do we all fight for the same thing?
Yes, supposed to.
When we show up, are we a team?
Yes.
So if we're looking at it differently, are we going to fight fairly with each other? That's my question.
With each other or against each other?
If we show up as a team and we have different nationalities that you just named, we're on the team, we train together, we ride together. Each of us have different beliefs. So whoever we fight, are we going to fight together or are we going to go to what our belief while we're fighting?
No, we're going to fight together because our allegiance to our country is what makes us join together.
When you go home,
Our belief in whatever it is we believe is what allows us to not go crazy on that realization. Is that because I can tell you from experience, I had 6 years, 6 months, and 21 days in the United States Navy, and I can tell you, I bunked, slept in the same proximity with cats in the Nation of Islam, with the reddest of rednecks, homeboys, and essays, all together. They're in the same place. Okay. Now, if you went in that room and you asked each one of those mugs, why'd you join the Navy?
Different answers.
You gonna get 8 different answers. Okay. One person might say, because I wanted to fight for my country. Another person might say, because I want to get ranked and be able to tell motherfuckers what to do. Another person said, I'm just here to get my GI Bill so I can pay for college. Another buzz said, I'm trying to become an officer. You know what I'm saying? So depending on who you ask, you're going to get a different answer. Does that mean that these mugs don't love their country or they don't love each other?
So they come down to what is right and wrong is wrong.
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
When does that come into play?
When does right and wrong come into play?
When does that come into play?
When we're talking,
and we're on the same team.
When we're talking about choice or somebody's life. When you take away my right or somebody's right to make a choice, that's wrong. Okay? But it happens. And I give you a perfect example. These motherfuckers hopping mad about Trump getting kicked off of Twitter. Okay? Twitter isn't owned by the fucking government. Twitter is owned by an individual. And I be damned if somebody gonna tell me what I can and can't do with my business if it's within the regulations. If my regulations say I can kick whatever individual off I want to kick off, guess what?
See ya.
Deuces, nigga. Now, when we talk about choice, if I ain't giving you no choice, it's because I control the situation. Or basically, life kicks in, I'm stronger, I'm tougher, I'm faster, I got more money. Put whatever you want to put in there. But that's what life is all about. And I tell people all the time, race is an issue, but class is more of an issue. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because there's poor white people, there's poor black people, there's poor Latinos. Okay, do you think a Latino person who makes $25,000 a year is going to treat you differently than a Latino person who makes $200,000 a year?
For sure.
Okay, because they are in different financial classes. And because they are in different financial classes, that also puts them in different social classes.
They have a different pair of glasses. One of them going to look at a different way all the time.
And that might be you in the middle looking at both ends of the spectrum.
Yep.
Way, way poor and way, way rich. They both love the United States. They both love America. But for different reasons. But does that make their love any less the truth? Nah. So truth don't come from a perspective. Truth comes from that simply is what it is.
But everybody don't want to accept the truth. They don't even want to take a teaspoon of the truth.
Your unwillingness to accept the truth,
yep,
does not make it any less the truth.
You
okay?
Are correct.
And this is what a lot of people, about 70 million of them, need to wrap their brain around.
If it's hot, it's hot.
Hey, what they say, a hit dog always gonna holler.
Already.
And if you making all this noise about the election getting stolen, maybe it's because you didn't have no other alternative because you refuse to accept
Well,
truth.
my thing is this: if it was stolen, why are all these antics in play as it was going on? You want to mail in the vote. You want to do the vote from computer. Then all of a sudden, mailboxes start missing. Then all of a sudden, I mean, why all the antics if that is the case? If it was just straight raw, like you saying, why are the extra backflips and somersaults? Where is that from?
Um,
That's to me is saying you are trying to mess it up.
yeah,
You don't want it to be fair.
yeah, it's purposeful. But it starts somewhere. It's got to start somewhere. There's always an orchestrator. There's always an instigator. There's always somebody who sets that mindset you're talking about off. And that can only come from the top. I ain't necessarily saying it was that orange guy that set it off. Might have been, might not have been. But it got set off. And when it did get set off, nobody did anything
Hello.
to defuse it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't have a problem with shit going left or somebody saying or doing something messed up that affects a whole bunch of people. But if we just sit around like,
Ain't nothing happening.
hey, Freddie, see that guy get shot?
Yeah.
And Fred goes, no, I ain't seen him get shot, but this motherfucker laying out here bleeding. We know somebody got shot. You didn't see it, but you know somebody got shot. Did somebody get shot? No, I didn't see nobody. No, you didn't see nobody get shot, but you know somebody got shot. So rather than to participate in cognitive dissonance, meaning I know that's what it is, but I'm going to say, I don't know what it is when you know what it is.
Already.
So are we ever going to be a United States again? Because it's clear we are not currently. Because there are factions that are mad, and then there are factions that are happy, and then there are factions that are like, I don't like either one of these motherfuckers. What do I get? Where's my celebration? Where's my day in the sun? Because
what percentage is it ever going to be for the people? The majority of the people that agree on a certain thing that they want to see change. In your opinion, what percentage do you feel that this world is going to lean towards the percentage of the people?
The world or the country?
Country? I'll say the country. I'm going to go with the country. Because the world ain't never going to see eye to eye. They ain't going to see eye to eye.
The country ain't going to see eye to eye either.
Right, but what about the majority? Are they going to see somewhat eye to eye of the majority of what the people are trying to say?
No, because the majority of people don't run this country.
Right, so
a very small percentage of ultra-rich people run this country. So to answer your question, nah, hell nah. Not if you don't dismantle the current power structure. Okay, Muggs talk about this as a democracy. That's bullshit. We don't live in a democracy. We live in an oligarchy. You know what an oligarchy is? An oligarchy is a form of government that is run by rich motherfuckers. That is what we live in. Okay, because don't know politicians don't dictate what happens. Lobbyists predict what politicians are going to say. So lobbyists are dictating what's said and what's done because they greasing a congressman's palm or greasing a senator's palm.
So it comes back to money and power. That's what it is.
It always has been. Class. What I said. It's about class, man. It's if you got money, you got whatever the fuck you want in this country. Period. And I mean that. Anything.
No money, it's gonna look funny.
Okay? Because I've seen it too many times, man. You know, absolute power corrupts absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And Muggs just that saying's been around since the beginning of the time. But Muggs they act like they can't wrap their brain around it. If we all rose up the right way, against who we needed to rise up against. Because think about it. Let's take it back to, I ain't gonna go too far back. Let's go back to the French Revolution. Okay? Why did the French rebel? For the same reason that every motherfucker in history ever rebelled. I don't got enough shit. I'm struggling. I'm hungry. People just want the basic shit that they need to survive. And a lot of people ain't getting it. It might be because they lazy. It might be because of circumstances. But regardless, if we are a united States of America, then we don't want to see nobody in this country suffering. When you take the attitude of, I got mine, let that motherfucker get his. We're not united. We're united. And a lot of people say, okay, if enough people come together and they want to work together to make things better, oh, you're a socialist. The fuck does that mean? I mean, we have to socialize in order to interact with each other. So to call me a socialist because I depend on the power of group versus the power of one individual mug doing what they want to do, or 10 of y'all that make 10 trillion a year and y'all go, let's run the country. I got enough money. Let's fly to Mars. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got money to just do dumb shit like that, to put that together. What's on Mars? You know what I'm saying? You got some shit you can discover right here in America. On Earth. You know what I'm saying? But you worry about Mars. They can't see you, love, because you scooted all the way over. Okay. There you go. There you go. He was checking his fly paper to see what's sticking. Oh, that's an old one. Y'all know. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that. If you ain't watched Superfly the Mac, you don't know nothing about that. But like I said, Rick James made a song called Unity. Okay. And he was talking about us coming together, not necessarily the entirety of the country, but he was talking about folks coming together and saying this is what we as a people need to do, you know. But anytime somebody raise up and say they want to make some kind of positive change or we want to do some kind of change, they kick them. They kick them or they throw something up in their face. You know what I'm saying? We go all the way back to I go back to Frederick Douglass, man. You know what I'm saying? When Frederick Douglass was trying to do shit, the stuff he had to put up with. Marcus Garvey was just like, hey, it's obvious y'all don't want us here unless we're slaves. So we gonna go ahead and dip. Ended up exiling the man. Exile? They did that to a motherfucker in the 20th century. We're going to exile you, kick you out of the country. We don't want you here anymore because you're making people think for themselves. Malcolm X shot my man with a shotgun. Martin Luther King shot to the dome. The Kennedys. Why, when someone in power is trying to do something for everybody's benefit, they get killed, they get X'd out, they get, you know what I'm saying, they get took out the picture. Bill Cosby. You say what you want to say about Bill Cosby. He might have had a bad coochie habit. He might have had a proclivity to put pills in places where they didn't belong. But bottom line, man, he was trying to affect some kind of change for us. He was trying to affect some kind of change. Anytime, go back and check it. Anytime somebody black is trying to change some shit.
Well, I got a good question.
What is your question?
Change to that.
Okay.
What would be a formula, in your own opinion, that could change a little bit of what you just said to make the majority benefit?
Well, I can tell you right now, beyond grassroots movements, things like, you know, us getting together and
Right.
but beyond that,
Yeah.
it's just like I told you, that right there, money make the world go round. If people who want to see the kind of changes that's gonna benefit everybody,
So we could get 5 major players in the game that obviously has plenty of money.
5 celebrities, 5 football players,
Yep.
5 billionaires,
Yep.
whatever.
And change the game.
Right.
They could change the game.
And it could be done.
Just that simple.
And it could be done. It could be done easy. It could be done with a minimum of effort. But as we always do, once I get hold of some money, so I got mine. Look at me over here flossing. I'm clean. Look at me. Look at me. And then you over there in your corner, you clean with yours. But how much cleaner will we be together?
How much stronger will we be?
If we pooled our resources. But folks, it's like you
Crabs in the bucket.
You on some old other shit when you talking about loking up and coming together and using your collective power. You will get like 5, 6 mugs and then the other 20 or 30. I mean, and I really am not here trying to sound negative. I'm not. I'm
truthful and negative.
I'm looking at experiences. Yes, this show's about truth. I'm looking at experiences. When the Black Panthers formed and started affecting change, all of that shit they was doing, they wasn't doing it with violence. At least initially, at anytime, anybody, the government, the police, or anybody had an incursion with the Black Panthers, it's because they rolled up on the Black Panthers. You ain't seen no Black Panthers, not no real Black Panthers. There might have been some niggas with some leather coats and berets and guns, but they wasn't no fucking Black Panthers. Black Panthers didn't precipitate that conflict. Black Panthers was trying to wake folks' minds up. Black Panthers was trying to feed their children before they went to school. That's all. That's the program that started the Black Panthers. The breakfast fucking program. What terrorists are trying to start a breakfast program? But that's what they called them. They called them terrorists. COINTELPRO. That they were subversive. They were subversive is what the government said. Wipe them out. And that's what they did. Any organization, any person, any entity that is trying to affect positive change gets, if you will, pardon the expression, a knee in their neck.
Sure.
Okay, so when we talking about unity, we gotta unify first. Okay, because there isn't unity. There's mad ass Republicans everywhere threatening to shoot people and talking all of this crazy dumb shit. There's Democrats everywhere thinking, okay, well, we're righteous and correct. You're the lesser of two evils. Make no mistake. I mean, Biden ain't the solution either. Okay, and we're gonna find that out in the next couple months. Biden ain't the solution. He's not. I'm gonna just say it right here on the air. Mugs don't like it. Okay, don't like it. But again, talking about truth. And I'm gonna tell you why. And it's a very simple reason, and I've been saying it all over the place for years. Bipartisan party politics don't work. They never have. 1789, George Washington and John Adams urged the Continental Congress, do not split the government into two groups. The division that it will create in this country will be catastrophic. It will be detrimental to this country. Tell me, since you've been alive, have you not seen Republicans and Democrats fighting like fucking cats and dogs?
I have not. I've always seen them fight.
If
we can't disagree to agree. We can't do that, and I don't know why.
If every time two groups get together, they fighting, they don't need to be together. Or you need to get rid of both of those motherfucking groups and give another party a chance. I don't care, Libertarian, Tea Party, Green Party, I don't care who it is. Give somebody else a chance to show what they can do. Y'all had 43 white men be president, and they all did fair to middling jobs. For the most part, they didn't do nothing but sit up on their ass and just dictate policies that actually affect. I mean, you had a handful. You had Roosevelt. You had Truman. That made some real change. Did some different shit. Kennedy did some different shit. But for the most part, you had when there was a Republican president in office, you had Democrats fighting him the whole way. When there was a Republican president in office, you had Democrats fighting him the whole way. So this formula that y'all seem to think works in America doesn't. It's two parties fighting fundamentally over the same exact stuff. But they too stupid to see that they fighting over the same exact stuff. Help me help you. You know what I'm saying?
I know somebody needs to say that all the time. I really know somebody say that all the time.
Because it don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. Y'all keep bumping y'all heads. And man, everybody's fanatical. If you ask me, because I look at Democrats too, and I see some of the shit Democrats are saying, and I go,
okay, so I have another question.
That sounds wild. What?
Out of the two, in your opinion, which one is trying to change the game the most for the better?
Neither one.
Good answer. So if they're not trying to change the game, neither one, what's the point? What's the point?
To push your agenda. To make people believe your agenda is the right agenda. Republicans say if you don't have your own on your own, you're lazy and you need to get the fuck out of America and we don't like you and everybody's trying to take our guns. Democrats say, here, get on this program, get on these food stamps, get on this welfare, get on all of this shit that you're going to be getting from us. And in the meantime, we're not creating opportunities for you to empower yourself. We make all of these promises to the minorities, to the Black community, and say, we're going to give you this, we're going to do this for you, and you never do it. Motherfuckers don't even want to have a conversation about reparations. There was Republicans in motherfucking Congress was just like, you motherfuckers don't need no reparations. Y'all didn't suffer.
Well,
so I feel like this. If you Black and you live in America in some way, shape, or form, you've suffered. You suffered some unusual stuff that you didn't need to suffer because some white person said, this is what you got to do. This is what you got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And white folks saw that white privilege wasn't working when the FBI was coming to pick their asses up for all of that motherfucking sedition and rioting you did. You thugs, you hoodlums. Ain't that what they call Black people?
That's a proper
every time Black people riot, shit, you thugs, you hoodlums, you hooligans. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that makes y'all hooligans. My man dressed up like a fucking bull.
Where was he going?
He was there.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you dressed up like that, you left the house, you had intentions to do something.
To look like Captain Caveman. So the fuck he had. That's what he had intentions on doing. Looking like Vitor and shit.
Did he lose his horse?
He lost his flying dinosaur. That's what damn.
He lost something.
Do you know that motherfucker had the nerve to call up Trump or send out a message to Trump and say, "Can you please pardon me?"
I'm trying to. Okay, I'm trying to get this in my mind. Say that again.
Okay. Horn boy.
I got you.
Fur man.
I heard you.
Red, white, and blue face.
Mm-hmm.
Reached out to the president after he had been arrested.
How did you get the president? How do you do that? How do you get information?
Well,
that
he's
arrested.
He's the QAnon shaman. And he's got, you know, kind of like this. He's got a format like this, you know, where he can reach out and talk to motherfuckers. It don't take nothing but getting on your phone and be like, "Somebody see the president to pardon me." You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know the particulars about it, but I know that mug asked to be pardoned. I mean, technically, if you look at him in all the footage and all the pictures, he ain't doing nothing crazy. He ain't tearing nothing up. He ain't fucking nothing up. But motherfucker, you in the Congress without permission. You ain't supposed to be in there.
Is there a law against that?
Yeah.
Okay, so that law.
Ain't dozens of laws against it.
So that law must not apply to him.
He's a patriot.
Okay. Okay.
So
I'm sorry.
So
I got
patriots.
you. I got you.
Patriots can storm.
You're right.
Shit.
You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit.
So I mean, that's that privilege. That's that privilege kicking in. Oh, I'm called president. I'm getting the fuck up out of here. Not me. I got things to do. You planning to overthrow the government and be home in time for dinner?
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
You came to Washington to overthrow the government and be home in time to get the kids ready for school.
Let me get my coat. I'll be right back.
You jumped in your pickup truck, drove to Washington, rioted, and said, "I'm going home." If it's a revolution, right? If it's a revolution, you're revolting until the revolting is done. Not, "Oh shit, I got a flight to catch. I can't riot no more.
What's for lunch?
I gotta go get the flight at 11. I need to be on the plane. So that means I gotta get to the airport at 9:30, 10 o'clock. You can't just show up. You know? Yeah. Again, help me help you. Help me understand where you coming from when you say shit like that. You know, I gotta catch a flight. I'm done climbing up the side of the Capitol. You know.
That brings another question. How the hell do you want to get on the side of the Capitol? How do you just climb on the side of the Capitol?
Bruh.
You just throw a rope.
They have ropes.
But listen to this. Hey, the Capitol building is right there. Hold on. D. Throw a rope over the other side. No one's gonna see me. All these newscasters. Let me just climb up this side. And look, I'm gonna get in that window in the front. How does that happen?
Watching too many movies.
Did he have Wonder Woman's rope? Nobody can see that rope, right?
Hell no. Maybe if that motherfucker had Wonder Woman's rope, he could have tied that bitch around himself and told the truth. Something. I mean, you know,
yeah. Things that make you go, huh?
All week.
Yeah.
All month. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I want to believe in the best, in the best of people, you know, that everybody got some good in them. But when you continually.
So what do they want us to get a message from? This message is sent out to everybody that they can do what they want. This is what I'm getting. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong, but they did what they wanted. Not they're going to do what they want. They did what they want.
Yeah, in a lackluster and half-ass way.
Well, I'm just saying. Normally,
it was embarrassing.
Yeah,
to be quite honest.
A normal person couldn't breach security, the whole nine. All that would happen. A normal person couldn't do that.
Yeah, Congress looks like a fucking demilitarized zone now because of these people.
Someone was told something to get past this step, and this step. Show up at this time, and this time. That was not a conversation.
Oh no.
There had to be a conversation.
Not even a little bit.
Shift change, whatever it is, there was a conversation. Do you agree?
Of course there was a conversation.
So now, if it was a conversation, why you act like it didn't happen? Because the results of what happened.
Well, you got to understand, when you're fanatical, all you care about is what you fanatical about. Nothing else matters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, within reason. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know me, know I'm a huge Chiefs fan. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a Chiefs fan to the point where I abandon logic, common sense, and critical fucking thinking. All right? If the Chiefs are pissing in the middle of the field, I'm not gonna cheer that.
But if it was some free tickets, or you gave me a ticket, you would tell me where to go pick it up at. And you would say, "Don't wait till this door shut, wait till so-and-so's off work, then you can pick up this ticket."
Yeah, it's me telling you where you can go to pick up a ticket. But if you go pick up that ticket and you decide to go into the stadium and start punching motherfuckers in the face, that ain't what you're supposed to do.
Right. That ain't nothing to do with you.
Well, if I said, and I was vague, if I said, Freddie, when I give you this ticket, nigga, I want you to go in there and represent. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about. When I say go in there and represent, it's your own responsibility to go in there and represent. You better go handle your business.
Right. That's a different conversation.
And that was the speech that was given prior to the motherfuckers kicking off.
My point is, I still have to know the right area to go get this ticket at the right time and get there. If I didn't have a conversation with you, was I able to get my hands on that ticket?
Oh, we planned the shit out of it.
Yeah.
We planned it. Yes. We planned it.
We did.
Okay? These mothers was having rallies.
Yeah.
Left and right, deep, thick. You know what I'm saying? So I saw a picture today that somebody had posted on social media. Actually, it was a video.
Oh, yeah?
And they had posted a picture of the people gathering safely for Biden rallies, you know, wearing masks and social distancing. And then they showed pictures of people gathering for Trump rallies, and they like thousands and thousands and thousands deep, close together, no masks on. And I'm not sure if folks understand. Yeah, it wasn't a bunch of us gathered for Biden, but you don't think the motherfuckers was at the polls? You don't think they were voting early? Matter of fact, millions of black people voted prior to November the 3rd. Yeah. So if all of those motherfuckers done already voted and you don't see all this gigantic turnout, fool, it's because they already voted. Ain't gonna be no giant turnout. They went to the polls and kicked rocks afterwards. They wasn't standing around out there trying to be seen and have tremendous numbers. No, there were no numbers because y'all said it was stolen. So we couldn't gather, and that cat wouldn't concede. Still ain't conceded. Quiet as cat. So what the problem is, Cletus? What I'm getting at is there can't be no unity until there's some truth.
I like that.
Okay? We have to accept the collective truth. Okay? Facts can change. Facts can be changed. But the truth is going to always and forever be the truth.
The facts are very vital to the truth.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, here's Here's what people don't understand about the news. Okay. The news is reported to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What you want in the news is who, what, when, where, and why.
Mm-hmm.
And in a few cases, how.
Right.
I don't want that reporter's opinion. I don't want some girl who read the article and then gave her opinion about the article. I don't care about none of that.
Right.
That's an opinion. Fred, what do they say about opinions and assholes?
Everybody got one.
Which means it ain't the truth. There's only one truth, but it's 170 million fucking opinions. Opinions ain't the truth. Opinion is your perspective. Perspective is everything, remember? Okay? Because that's your perspective. Perspective ain't the perspective. Perspective is from somebody's point of view. Truth is the motherfucking truth. All right? Truth of the matter is, and here's the thing I've always asked. All right, if they stole the presidential election, supposedly, if they stole the presidential election, when I go and vote, the president and the vice president are not the only thing on that ballot. Now, stay with me.
I'm with you.
If the presidential election is the only election that got stolen, how does that make sense? Because I vote on one ballot.
It doesn't.
And everything is on one ballot. So if that means that if the presidential election got stolen, then that means Proposition 9 got stolen. Then that means who was going to be senator in Wyoming got stolen. And who was going to be senator in Alabama and Kentucky got stolen. How come we're not bitching about that?
Valid point. Very valid point.
If the shit was stolen, that means it all got stolen. I can't come into the jewelry store, bust the glass, and go, I just want that one ring right there. I don't want any of the rest of that. I just want this ring. And then leave. Nobody does that shit. If I'm breaking into the motherfucking jewelry store and bust a glass, I'm grabbing at least a whole thing of rings or a whole thing of necklaces. I'm not just getting one.
It's not worth your time.
So to bitch and moan about just the presidential election being stolen is not only illogical, it's fucking stupid. So the 70 million or so people who are not thinking about that or if they're saying, okay, those elections got stolen too, how did you come to that conclusion? 4 or 5, places in different cities. Oh, there was voter fraud, and even the inaccurate ballots that they did find were not enough to say, okay, this whole election is fucked off. It wasn't enough. Okay, so where does that leave us? With perspective or truth? At the end of the day, we got a new president. Whether it was by hook or by crook, I remember back in 2016 when everybody was saying Hillary Clinton won the presidential election. But then out of nowhere, Trump just explodes with all of these votes. I think a lot of that had to do with, okay, ain't no way on earth, the white people was going to let a Negro and a woman be president back to back. The whole motivation behind Trump was we ain't having no more niggas in here again. Okay, because he didn't do what we wanted him to do. I mean, granted, he was just like any other president. Only difference he was black. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. Okay, he did. There was a couple things he did when he was in office, and we were like, "Way to go, bro!" You know, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying? He lost me with that Obamacare shit. Ain't no sense in me lying because I had a beautiful health insurance package. And then they was like, okay, all of that shit's getting liquidated for Obamacare. I'm like, what in the haberdasheries and hemoglobin is going on with that? You know, but here's what it is, family. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call them like I see them. I'm just trying to spit truth. Folks is out here and they need to eat. Folks is out here and they need peace of mind. Folks is out here, they want to feel safe. And all of this rhetoric and foolishness and bullshit that's going on in the media and with all of this sideways ass politics and lack of everything. We need to come together and look at each other and just be like, okay, fuck all that dumb shit. Let's just me and you get together, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, I don't give a fuck. Let's all just get together and do what we know is right, not self-serving. Because that's what politics is right now. Politics is serving an agenda, not the people. Because if the people were being served, more motherfuckers would be happy. But I hear more people bitching and complaining than anything else. So if the people's voice is a gauge, a barometer, if you will, of how well our government is doing their job, and I say government, not Democrats, not Republicans. I say government because all those motherfuckers are in there. If that is a barometer, if the people are a barometer, government, you're doing a shitty job. Because I very rarely hear motherfuckers say, I love what the government's doing right now. Unless it's like a fucking stimulus check. Some shit like that. You giving somebody something, then they got something nice to say about the government. Hey, pick up on the clue. Give people more shit. Stop taking away from them. Stop restricting them. Stop curtailing them. I mean, I get it. Crazy motherfuckers need to be restricted and curtailed, but you're not doing it because it's still a bunch of crazy. Hey, that guy, he's still out there, or he was, and the dude that went Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
The dude that went,
Yeah.
he still got me rolling.
Yeah.
He went in her office and took an envelope. The envelope said, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi on it. Now, unless you Nancy Pelosi's husband or Nancy Pelosi's sister or brother, I don't see no other way for you to have access to her envelopes. Then he gonna go outside and show that shit off. Bruh, you know there's cameras out here, pimpin', right?
He didn't know that.
He
didn't know. He forgot.
You know there's cameras out here, right, bro? Hey, they can see that shit, homie. You need to put that shit in your jacket, nigga, and do that shit when you get home. He had to show everybody. This motherfucker, when he got caught, his answer was classic.
What'd he say?
That motherfucker said, I didn't steal this envelope. I left a quarter on her desk.
Yeah, you did.
I couldn't stop laughing. What? First of all,
a quarter?
your old ass ain't bought an envelope in a
No,
minute.
man.
Because nigga,
Jesus.
envelopes ain't cost a quarter in a minute.
So you say you left the store at 11:15.
I ain't saying
Okay.
I left a quarter. Even if you did leave a quarter, that ain't enough.
Wow. Okay.
All right. And you was in there without permission. Nigga, is your name Nancy Pelosi?
When they finally talked to her, what did she say?
You know what? I ain't even gonna lie. I don't know. Cause I was so busy laughing at his ass.
That's her shit.
I ain't see what Nancy Pelosi's reaction was to it. She probably said some shit like it was heinous, fucked up, whatever. But I mean, bottom line, because she an old ass dragon lady and shit herself, man. She look like she about to turn into fucking dust, nigga.
That's crazy.
She look like she about to just crumble.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But yeah, man, I want this country to get back to being like what it was. I want this country, you know, where if you had beef with a motherfucker, you wasn't all out in the middle of the street creating problems. Or you know, these bras, these Karens that's out here flexing white privilege like a motherfucker and just, you know, showing their ass. Them the kind of folks I'm trying to actively avoid, because I know I'm gonna knock one of them out if I run into them in real life. I saw a mother driving down the street the other day. Matter of fact, coming up my street, this motherfucker was in an F-250. He had not one, not two, not three, but four motherfucking goofy ass, ignorant ass flags. He had that black United States flag. Mm-hmm. He had that. He had another one said everybody on board the Trump train. I know exactly what you're talking about. Then he had a motherfucking Confederate flag. And then this motherfucker had a nerve. What's that one? That don't tread on me with snake on it flag. Ain't none of them motherfucking things official flags anymore. None of them. If they ever were. You know what I'm saying? Confederate flag. Okay, here, I'll put the Confederate flag in perspective for you. The Confederate flag is the flag of a defeated nation. Who flies the flag of a defeated nation? It's a pride thing. You're proud to fly the flag of a fucking defeated nation. Matter of fact, a defeated nation that no longer fucking exists, at least not in any of the ways that matter. I don't know, man. Makes me tired. I mean, like physically tired of listening and seeing the shit that ignorant people do. Yeah. But you know what? I am hopeful. I got faith in the fucking United States. Even though we are a shit show right now, I think we gonna bounce back. But the way we gonna bounce back, Fred, we gotta look at ourselves.
I agree.
And say we fucked up as a United States.
We gotta start admitting to things and understanding.
We are divided states. We're a racist state. We're a xenophobic state. We're a fucking crazy state.
We gotta stop talking and what they say, when the rubber meet the road, we gotta stop talking
and start doing.
That's it. That's all. That's it. That's
all.
All.
Real business naive.
Yep. That's it. That's all.
But that's what I want to say today. I want to bring my man here and just kind of get some shit off my chest, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff that's been marinating and in my head and stuff that's been fed to me through different sources and different types of media. And I'm just like, okay, I got to address some of this. I'm going to try to address it as respectful as I can, but I'm going to kick facts. Okay. Here's the thing. I had a homeboy, right, that went and did Rough House boxing. And my man is like, I want to say 6'7", 6'8". He got knocked out by a little, well, I won't say little, but maybe like a 5'10", 6-foot Samoan that weighed 208 pounds. And at the time, he weighed 285 pounds. And he got chopped down like a fucking tree. Now, the point of explaining that is not to say that he got his ass kicked or that he got beat in a fight, but that it's the truth. It happened. Regardless of how you feel about it, regardless of how you think about it, regardless of what he thinks about it, he still got knocked the fuck out. At the end of the day. And that's the kind of truth we need right now. Sobering truth. And we need to accept it.
Say that again.
Sobering truth. And we need to accept it.
That's the problem I think we have. Accepting our own truth and the real truth.
Truth, period.
Yeah.
Not real, fake, just truth. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. The truth, what the Bible say, you can submerge it, you can bury it, you can dunk it. The truth is still going to come back up. Okay? And that's what's happening right now. The truth's coming back up. Y'all thought that motherfucker was going to get elected to another term? You cannot. And here, here it is right here. You cannot be united when all you do is make fucking enemies.
Hello.
Okay? How you gonna unite if all you doing is making enemies? Ooh, pop quiz, hot shot. You heard of the Proud Boys?
Something like that.
Do you know the motherfucker that runs the Proud Boys is African American and Cuban?
I don't. I didn't know that. Just learned something today. What the hell? What are you talking
about? Yeah, exactly. And the guy who is in charge.
Time out. Say that again. How does that happen? What you talking about?
He identifies as Afro-Cubano.
Continue.
Okay. The guy who runs the Hawaii chapter of the Proud Boys is married to a black woman and has a child by her. So is racist organizations' goal now to try to confuse us? I hate black people. I hate Jews. I hate Asians. But I'm black and Latino myself. What? See,
how does that work?
See, it's that kind of stuff, man.
How does that work?
See, you can hate yourself, apparently.
Put me in the learning. I need to be in the class to learn how that works.
Well, I got a homeboy like that who hate. If he had a choice, he'd rather been born white.
Okay, right.
Or something else.
Understand that.
And my thought process, and that's my thought process, is it's just somebody who hates their own flesh and what they are, and so they choose to embrace them.
Truth be told, every nationality has a portion of bad stuff that goes on with their own personal nationality.
Right.
Truth be told.
But I mean, that ain't no justification to just say,
right.
I hate being black and I don't want to be black no more, or I don't want to speak on things black. You know what I'm saying? If I don't like it, I don't like it. But I'm not gonna.
That's what crabs in the bucket comes from, right there. That is a 101 crabs in the bucket. If you don't like it, deal with your personal issues on your own. Stop grabbing and taking everybody with you and making everybody else's your problem. Because that's your problem. It ain't our problem. It's your problem.
You know, you can be a black woman married to a Filipino man, but you don't have to tell everybody about your Filipino man all day, every day. You know, throw it up in the face of black men. Much in the same way, if you're a black man married to a white woman, you don't have to throw it up in people's faces every day that this is your white queen, or you know, whatever the fuck you want to say about it. You don't throw it up in people's face, because you know people, especially black women, gonna feel some kind of way about it. So why do it? Feel me? I'm talking about shit that brings I've called out a bunch of shit and talked about all of the separation and everything that separates us and keeps us apart. But I kind of want to, because I'm a solutions person. That's me. I'm a solutions person, and I want to think of solutions. I want to try and implement solutions if I can. What kind of solutions do we have to permanently solve the problem of classism in this country?
I agree with what you're saying, and you are absolutely right. To come up with a solution would be grand and great. But let's say the solution of us getting upset marching. What did we accomplish from marching?
Yeah, not a damn thing. So because they too, just like the motherfuckers in Washington on the 6th, was not willing to go the extra mile they needed to go to get their point across.
We need to start, in my opinion only, as a country, nation, turn the switch up to 2020. What y'all did in 70 ain't working. It ain't work. It's 40 years we didn't march. We got one or two things. Nothing's happening. Now, the new generation, they are saying what we just said. What did y'all get from marching? What did y'all get? Bunch of headaches? Did y'all get anything solved? Are y'all marching about the same thing still? What happened? If you march for 5 years and nothing happened, I'm gonna march for 10 more and nothing happened. No, matter of fact, I'm gonna march for 20 more and nothing happened. Scratch that 20. Let's go 40. Nothing happened. What are you sending the message to this new generation? What are they thinking?
Well, I mean, it was the basic.
Let's jump in there and march. They're not doing that.
It's that basic. It's that basic MLK,
right?
Malcolm X.
They doing that.
Fundamental philosophy differences.
Everybody's been running from this question. Yes, I do believe standing up for your rights, march, whatever. When is the solution going? Let's try it. Let's try it. We didn't march. We didn't get what we wanted. So now what? What's the next one? Let's try the next one. Let's not use that no more. Let's use something else.
I'll tell you what the problem is. Right from rip, we don't finish what we start. We become disillusioned, disinterested, kind of, because back in July, they had this How We Fight thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we were supposed to be taking steps to become economically independent. And to that end, we were supposed to boycott all stores that were not Black owned.
True.
We did that shit.
I remember that.
And the fucking stock market crashed. Day after the stock market crashed, this motherfucker's right back in the stores. When they were boycotting the buses in Alabama, them motherfuckers did not ride the buses at all for over a year. But these motherfuckers thought, here comes change in one day.
That's not how that works.
Change didn't come in one day for Martin Luther King and them. How the hell is change gonna come in one day for your ass?
Well,
okay, I feel some kind of way about that shit, Fred. I mean, I really, really do, because it's like, okay, people are always talking about how Black folks can't come together and how they can't unify and do this and how they can't stand by each other and do that. And by and large, we keep fucking proving them right. We don't stand by each other. We don't support each other. You done said it like 4 or 5 times throughout this fucking podcast. Crabs in a bucket. We gotta reprogram, reformat ourselves to where we ain't jealous and hating on motherfuckers who got skin that look like us.
We can talk the talk, like I say. We can talk it, but are we showing it? Name 5 people right now. I don't care if famous or not. They do hang out with each other, but do they support the same thing? And don't talk. Let's put our money together, D. Let's do it. Let's make a movement. Let's do this, D. Let's make a movement. Boom. Hey, let's holler at Donnie. Let's holler at so-and-so. Hey, let's make a movement. We can sit here, get on these podcasts, talk, whoop, 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 whoop. Name 5 of them right now that put their money together. Jay-Z, whoever. Get 5 off the top.
Put their money together?
Not all together, but put their money into a pot to do something to benefit and help people. Not just, okay, I'm going to get some
90 seconds.
I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. Put their money together and actually make a movement of change for the people.
They need to.
Why haven't they done it yet?
Same reason they never do it.
That's the talk.
And that's what I've been saying. And that's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
But I think it's possible.
It is.
It just needs to be the right person.
It does.
Okay. And on that note, I got 60 seconds. So, in short, there's more shit to bring us together than it is to drive us apart. But we're relying too much on the division to justify our actions. We need to come together. Period. Point blank. I don't care who's red, who's blue, whatever. We need to come together, and that's the bottom line. Look, thanks for being on the show, helping me out with this shit. This has been Be Real with D Real for the 16th of January, 2021. I'll be back next week. Until then, y'all be good. Be good to each other. Peaces.